guys, Marvin Mims is out, but I'm going to give you my keys to the game along with talking about what the Broncos do with Marvin Mims not going to be able to suit up tomorrow on Thursday Night Football against the Las Vegas Raiders. Y'all like, subscribe, and let me know your thoughts in the comments and hype the video if you got some hype points. But now, hey, let's get into the injury report. First things first, as you can see here in the bottom right corner of the screen, what's important? Pat Surtain out. We assume that. Nate Atkins out. We assume that with his knee injury. Marvin Mims still working along in that concussion protocol, limited on Tuesday and Wednesday, and he is out. So we're going to be without him. That means Troy Franklin, Pat Bryant. It is your time to shine, y'all. Mercedes Lewis, touchdown, anytime touchdown, Mercedes Lewis. How about that? But we'll get back to the rest of the injury report. Jonathan Cooper, JFM, Brandon Jones, DJ Jones. I think all these guys will play. We'll see what happens regarding PJ Locke. And hopefully Will Lutz, he was a full participant along with Riley Moss. I imagine both of them suit up to play as well. So this is a game that the Broncos must win. We got to take care, guys, of the matchups that we are supposed to win, no doubt about it, and specifically the ones at home. We're going to be in the throwbacks. The mojo's going to be great. It's prime time. It's time for Bo Nix and the Broncos offense to really put on a show in prime time. How about that? Now, if you're wondering what some of my keys to the game are, or just some other points here that I do want to showcase about who we're going up against, let's just take a look at kind of the total defense right now. The Broncos, number 4 in points per game, right behind the Texans, Rams, and Chiefs at 18.4 points given up. When you look at the Raiders, man, their defense close to the bottom third of the league, giving up 26 points per game. They're giving up 120 or 109 yards rather on the ground and 224. I think that this is definitely a team that we can pass against well. And you're talking about going from the best defense in the NFL to now playing the Las Vegas Raiders. This is a performance and a game rather that I'm expecting Bo Nix to perform a lot better in. But let's go ahead and take a look at some of the offensive stuff. Denver Broncos, we're right kind of in the middle of the pack, which is an improvement over where we started the season, no doubt. 25 points per game, right kind of in the middle of there for the NFL. You can see the Vegas Raiders have the third worst offense in the league at 16.5. They are not running the ball well. That offensive line is terrible, even though Ashton Genty is a decent running back. But the offense is an absolute mess off of Chip Kelly. Now, what's interesting here is that the Las Vegas Raiders are actually coming off of their best offensive performance of the year, scoring 29 points against Jacksonville. Our defense is much better against Jacksonville, but this is an offense. Geno Smith, he might be feeling himself a little bit. You can see against Jacksonville, threw for 284 yards, 4 touchdowns and a pick, only took 2 sacks. Again, we're going to give him much more pressure than the Jacksonville Jaguars defense is. But this is a team, even with, even though Jacoby Myers, he's gone off to Jacksonville, ironically enough. As you can see, Brock Bowers having a game for himself last week, 127 yards, 3 touchdowns. The focus needs to be on him, as well as, I would say, Trey Tucker. Trey Tucker is an underrated wide receiver, but you can see Brock Bowers right now, 31 receptions, 352 yards, and all 3 of his TDs came last week. So he's going to be feeling himself. Maybe the Raiders feel like they have found some plays that they can execute very well at. And we must not overlook them. This is a game in which the Broncos, we're going to pull this up, what the odds are. The Broncos right now are minus 10 or 9.5 point favorites after being minus 10.5 point favorites to open up. Thursday Night Football is insane. You never know how it's going to go. There are upsets happening all the time. I wouldn't even be surprised, guys, if we even had like a full legit practice this week, having played a very tough game against the Texans on the road on Sunday. So this might be the first time that we're like legit in pads for this week. They got to turn it on. I would not be surprised if this game is a little bit closer because of the Thursday night aspect to this game, but this is definitely a game right now where we need to be heading into the mini bye at 8-2. We need Bo Nix to put together one of his best performances of the year. No doubt about it. Let's run the ball. This is a defense that you can absolutely run the ball against. Keep the possessions of the Raiders limited. We'll take a look here at Bo Nix's stats. He had a less than 50% completion this past game. That was the first time all year that he had done that. And while this isn't maybe the Dallas Cowboys defense, I don't know if we're going to throw it around a ton, put up 44, but this is a game in which I'm expecting Bo Nix to have, honestly, around 70% completion. I want to see him come out in a rhythm. Okay. That's big key. Can you do this? Can you finally do this against the Raiders? Let's put together maybe not an entire 4 quarters because I don't know. I don't know if I can ever expect that from this team's offense right now. But how about having 3 really good quarters to 1 bad quarter? How about that? It would be nice to take care of business to where this game is out of reach pretty much by the time the 4th quarter rolls around. We can do that if Bo Nix is hitting guys downfield because Sean Payton's going to dial them up. And our receivers, Cortland Sutton, Marvin Mims, Evan Ingram. Who else am I forgetting? Pat Bryant. These guys are making catches in the first half. They're not dropping balls. The only way this game ends up in an upset for the Broncos is if we let the Raiders stay in this thing. Defense, let's turn it on. Okay? Offense, let's run the ball. No doubt about it, Sean Payton. Let's run the ball with J.K. Dobbins and R.J. Harvey. Maybe a little bit of Tyler Bidet in there, right? Well, let's not overthink this, man. Let's not underestimate our opponent. We'll have 9 days to think about the Chiefs after this game. Let's go in there and crush them. This is a team I hate losing against more than I enjoy beating. I hate losing to the Raiders. And playing in our throwbacks, it is unacceptable to go out there and lay an egg. I think our Broncos are definitely up for the challenge. Jahdae Barron, Dre Greenlaw, contain Brock Bowers. We saw Jahdae Barron lock down Jake Ferguson a couple weeks ago and pick off his only target that he got from Dak Prescott. We have to force Geno Smith into mistakes. This pass rush better create havoc for Geno Smith and Chip Kelly, baby. Limit the mistakes. Special teams, you better be on it. You better be on it. Make the tackles. Crawshaw. Boot those big punts, man. And I don't care if they're touchbacks every time. Give this Raiders offense the ball at the 20-yard line every time you punt, and hopefully that's not often. And I like our odds. Heck, I even like our odds, honestly, with our defense if we're just kicking touchbacks and giving them the opportunity to just start their drive at the 35, man. I really do like that. Let's not allow the Raiders to get a momentum builder through special teams. We have to limit their opportunities for that. Let's make sure we block correctly for our field goals and punts coming up. But ultimately, man, I'm excited for this game. This team has shown a killer instinct on this 6-game winning streak, a refusal to lose. Let's not get ahead of ourselves with the Chiefs. Let's not make this a trap game, okay? Let's take care of our opponent that does have some good players, but we can't allow them to look like world beaters against us. Absolutely not. So Marvin Mims is out. That sucks. Troy Franklin, Pat Bryant, you guys specifically, I want to see step up and make some big-time catches and plays for us. Thanks, guys. I'll be back after the game to recap it tomorrow with Mic'd Up, and let's talk Broncos. Go Broncos.